Hey, Crispy, how you doing? Good to see ya. Let's kill that. Okay, let's see what's in the shop. A bowling costume. There was actually a robot costume. I talked in one of the streams about a robot costume I wanted. I guess they did actually sell the robot costume again the other day. Completely missed it. Other than that, nothing interesting in the shop. Jump roll. Back into backgrounds, a jump club. And maybe we'll go mess around with that a little later. I know every week I say tonight's going to be a shorter in chat, and every week I fucking jinx it. This week I'm going to jinx it again by saying today's going to be a shorter stream. There are 4 news stories, and one of them isn't even a news story. One of them is just some stupid thing I saw on Twitter, and I was like, you know what, I wonder how many of these I wonder how good I'm actually am at this. And then, you know, the rest is WIBE, which, yeah. So, yeah, hopefully tonight will be a shorter, more relaxing stream. Last week was E3. All the news happened last week, right? Any big news in the gaming industry, that just happened. So, yeah, we're good for a while. I mean, eventually stuff's going to start picking up, and there are definitely some stories in here that I'm improvising, but yeah. It's going to definitely be a shorter stream, to say the least. But hey, we're gonna talk about stupid food stuff tonight, which I always find fun, because I've talked in previous weeks about my struggles with finding stupid food stuffs, and this week I finally found all of it. So yeah, we'll be talking about that later tonight. Guten Tag. Hola. Yeah, I'm just trying. I have had I know I wanted to stream Minecraft this week, right? Like, my plan was, because the new Minecraft update came out, and I wouldn't even know what language that is. Yeah. But yeah, I know the new Minecraft update came out, and I really wanted to stream it, but I have been so fucking busy with stuff. Right when I joked that, like, oh, Collage is gonna pick it up into high gear. Yeah, and it only gets worse, because next month, so like next week, I start even more classes. Like, I have even more classes starting soon, because some of them are 10 weeks, other classes are only 5 weeks. And yeah, I just finished a paper about half an hour ago, right? Because I've had a ton of papers due, and they're all due today by midnight, and so I was working all night on them. What? Good dog? Yeah, I don't even know. I get your point, though. Yeah, I've had a busy freaking week. It's been, oh my god, I can't imagine it getting worse. I cannot imagine it getting worse. But I know it's going to get, like, it's just gonna pick up even worse. But I'll get to that when I get to that, you know. I mean, yes, I do have some free time in there, but I've been doing other stuff. Other stupid stuff. Okay, I'm done. Did you throw Elvish in there? Whoa. Well, what is that story about, like, the guy who's the guy is German, the girl is French. Neither of them speak each other's language, but they both speak Elvish, so they were able to communicate. Maybe it was Klingon. Maybe it was Klingon that they both spoke Klingon, so like they were able to talk to each other. Yeah, there's some famous story about that. It might have even, I don't think it was recently, but it might have been recently. Want me to say? Sure? I mean, I recognize the first few. Yeah, it's been a busy week, and the other thing that's also, like, the reason, like, in the little time I have had for streaming, it's all at, like, 4 a.m. Because my sleep schedule is completely fucked, I'm working, I'm up at, like, 4 a.m. working on things, and then I don't go to bed until, like, 7 or 8 in the morning, right? Like, all night, French, Spanish, Russian, Chinese, Japanese, German, Portuguese, Korean, Arabic, Danish, Swahili, Dutch, German, Polish. Okay, yeah, that's a lot. I wanna say, Guten Tag isn't Spanish. I'm calling you out. I joke. You know, let's just go to Extreme Fans. Today's gonna be a shorter show. We're not even gonna be playing that much Fall Guys today, actually. Let's just try some of this new show. So yeah, we have a few news stories tonight. I guess let's get right into the news. So next month is EA's state of it's not called a state of play. It's called a EA Access. Give me a second. I'll pull. I have it written down. Oh no, I don't. Never mind. There was a 2018 comment on the Among Us beta trailer that read, "No one is playing your game." I mean, you can find comments on the Among Us, on the most recent Among Us update trailer from like last week that says nobody's going to play your game. Trust me, it still happens. Gosh, I've not checked out the new update with the new 15 player stuff. Haven't even tried it. I kind of want to, but yeah, I haven't even messed with it. But yeah, so there's EA's play event is next month, July 22nd, and right, because all the other places did their E3 conferences last week. And it was like, oh yeah, hey, look at these fun conferences. Usually EA's conference is on like the day before everything starts. So like if it was going by how it normally is, it would have been E3's conference would have been on Friday, and then Microsoft's on Saturday, or EA's on Saturday, whatever, however it works. Same party. Here, I want to try it. Yeah, Among Us looks fun. But yeah, normally EA does their stuff also around time of E3, because they have nothing to do with E3. E3, much like Sony, or EA has decided, much like Sony, that they don't need E3 anymore, and instead they can just host their own event with blackjack and hookers, and do fine, and they've proven themselves correct. Right? That, yeah, they totally can. They totally can do that. And yeah, so EA has their new event, and of course, like we saw Battlefield, Battlefront, Modern War, Battlefield, Advanced War, Battlefield, we saw it just a few weeks ago, right? Battlefield 2077 at Microsoft show. And we know EA's conference is in July, and of course they're going to show off all the sports bullshit only the whales care about, right? Because EA uses that to get people into predatory microtransactions, like microtransactions and loot boxes. Like FIFA games still have loot boxes, yeah, and EA makes a lot of fucking money off whales. It's an appalling amount, actually. But I'm reinstalling Among Us. See, I never uninstalled it. I enjoyed the game. I just haven't played it since the new update came out. I've just been too busy. I still enjoy it though. Really fun. How many times did you just say Battlefield? I don't know. You get what I'm referencing though when I got there in my reference? Modern War Battlefield 5. There's a fun reference for you. I've referenced. God, for never watching that series, I referenced that video a shit ton. Like, it's only one of like 6 videos in that series I have ever seen, and yet I reference it constantly. But yeah, so we got information. I'm out. We got information about there's a rumor from Jeff Grubb, who I know right now Jeff Grubb is kind of sitting at like a spotty track record. So you're addicted to Terraria again. Yeah. But yeah, right now Jeff Grubb's kind of sitting at like, some people like him, some people don't. It's really like, he got some stuff about E3 right, he got some stuff about E3 wrong. He has very mixed views with people right now. Like, some people like him, some people don't. It's just all around kind of complicated. But he put out a thing saying that that at EA's Play in July, they are going to announce a new Dead Space. Which, so for those who don't know, Dead Space was this new horror game franchise coming from EA, and EA was like, you know what, we're going to make this into the next multi-million-dollar franchise. Spoiler alert, it didn't turn out like that. Nope. The first game did well, because Dead Space is a great example of a middle shelf game. It was a budget title, it had a limited budget, it was only going to make so much money back, but it was budgeted accordingly to make its money back. Right? A very strategic move. Games like middle shelf games technically still exist today. Like, mostly they've been overtaken by indie games, but occasionally, like the new Mario Golf game should totally be a middle shelf game. That new WarioWare game totally should be a middle shelf game. But they have premium prices, and that's a problem. And I feel like that is hurting these games. Like, that's a lot of Nintendo games have been hurt by being middle shelf style games with premium game prices. And Nintendo's not the, and of course Xbox doesn't have to worry about shit like that because they have Game Pass. But Sony and Nintendo most certainly do. And Sony doesn't make middle shelf games anymore, which sucks. I mean, I don't think Sony has made it. I mean, again, most middle shelf games have been primarily replaced by indie games, right? If you want a middle shelf game, you buy indie. And luckily, indie games are really good, so that's not too much of an issue. But yeah, Dead Space, right, it did fine. It was successful enough. And they made a sequel, and the sequel was also really good. It's a really popular horror IP. I don't know, I've never played one. But then Dead Space 3 came out, EA marketed it to hell, was like, hey, this is going to be the next multi-million-dollar franchise. And for Dead Space to succeed, a niche type, again, well, yes, Dead Space 1 and 2 were popular. they weren't super popular, right? They're middle shelf games. For Dead Space 3 to succeed, according to EA, it had to sell like 8 million units. Or something I don't remember the exact number, so don't quote me on that. But it was definitely over, I want to say it was over 3 million. I want to say it was 8 million. That may not be right. Which, admittedly, 8 million is kind of a complicated number, because, like, for a Nintendo game, 8 million is great sales, right? Or for, like, a first-party game. For a third-party game, it probably means a little less, especially when compared to, like, a Call of Duty or a GTA 5. But, right, it was supposed to, it's a middle-shelf game that should have been budgeted as such, and EA didn't. So, when Dead Space didn't sell, I think it only sold, like, 2 million. When it didn't sell what EA wanted, they killed the franchise. And then a few years later, because EA, Unicronic Arts, loves to shut down studios, right? Which right now, Activision Blizzard has been shutting down a lot of studios. Toys for Bob, Vicarious Visions. I mean, yes, they're not technically shut down. They've just been absorbed by the Call of Duty machine, right? Like Toys for Bob, the company that made fucking Skylanders and Crash Bandicoot. Or at least the Crash Bandicoot, like, remakes and whatnot. And Visceral, who did the Crash Bandicoot and who did the Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Nope, they're now Call of Duty studios because fucking Activision. But yeah, Visceral was destroyed. They made Dead Space. But it looks like EA, with the success of that Star Wars game that I haven't played, because I haven't bought an EA game since Titanfall 2. With the success of that, EA is more open to doing single-player games. And, of course, they'll fuck it up somehow. This is EA, right? They'll fuck it up somehow. But, yeah, it looks like they're doing a new Dead Space. I don't know. I really need to play Dead Space at some point. It seems like a game I would like. I don't like horror games, but from what I've been told about, especially the first two, they're good games. And I should probably try it at some point. One of the top reviews for Among Us is, I made a lot of friends from it and will probably lose them all because of it. Oh, so it's like Mario. It's like a Mario Party. God, I'm so down for that new Mario Party. I've been talking my ear off about that. Oh, I didn't post this anywhere. I guess I'll mention. You know what? We'll mention it later. I actually did do something with the E3 stuff. I guess we'll talk about it later. But yeah, so a new Dead Space. I'm down for a new Dead Space, I guess. I mean, of course, it's EA. They'll fuck it up somehow. The one nice thing, though, is if you have Xbox Game Pass, you get EA games for free, right? All the EA stuff is included with Game Pass. Mario Party is fun. But yeah, all EA games are included with Game Pass. So go play. If you have Game Pass, go play Titanfall 2. It's really good and it's worth your time. Titanfall 2 is so good. The one good thing EA has made in the past ever. Hey, look, we got a crown. How often does that happen? We're up to 70. Interesting. Yeah, so yeah, a new Dead Space. I'm down for a new Dead Space. Yeah, sure. I don't really have any expectations for it. It probably will be a soft reboot because, you know, Dead Space can do that. And I feel like you could really go into the. I'd love to see Dead Space kind of do what Resident Evil 7 did. Maybe like go back to its roots a little bit. Maybe shift things up a little bit. That sounds like it could be fun, right? Have some, right? Go back to like more horror roots. Because, well, yeah, I know Dead Space has its action elements, specifically the laser that's like cups people off. Sarcasm is my expertise. But yeah, no, I think a new Dead Space, I don't know. I'd also be down for just a Dead Space collection, I guess, in theory. Yeah, because didn't they also ruin Dead Space 3 with now that I'm thinking about it, didn't they also put microtransactions in Dead Space 3? That sounds like something EA would do. I don't know. But they had the Mass Effect Legacy Collection that came out a few weeks ago. And I think that, God, was that April? And I know people actually really liked that collection. I don't know if it ran well on Switch, which is, again, still my pride. You know, every game I look at, I still think of in Switch terms. I know I have a PS4. I have an Xbox now. I could play games on PS4 and Xbox. And yet, if I'm ever like, oh, I'm going to buy a new game, I'm just like, oh, I'm going to wait for it to come to Switch. Right? Like Disco Elysium. Disco Elysium is on PS4. I could just pick up Disco Elysium on PS4. And yet, for some reason, I'm waiting for it to come to Switch later this year. Because I'm a fucking moron. And there's a few other games like that, where I'm like, oh yeah, I could go pick this game on PlayStation right now. And nope, I don't do it, because I got my precious Switch that is broken. So yeah, I guess that's just my mindset of only having a Nintendo system for the past 9-ish years. Is that because I've only had Nintendo, I think of everything in terms of Nintendo. So having a PS4 and an Xbox, especially getting an Xbox this late into the Xbox's lifespan, aka after the Xbox Series X was already released. Yeah. God, there are so many games I need to play on Game Pass. There's supposedly this game on Game Pass that's kind of like a Pikmin game, which I love me some Pikmin. And, oh god, I still need to play the Tunic demo, which I think is still available. God, I hope it's still available. I heard it's really hard, actually, that the Tunic demo is pretty difficult, which that's interesting. But yeah. Let's talk about the next thing. So, Sonic had its 30th anniversary the other day, and for the 30th anniversary, I think it was on Wednesday, it was the 30th anniversary? For the 30th anniversary, they did an orchestra, right? You know how, like, for, like, the Zelda 25th anniversary, they did the Zelda orchestra. What, didn't Capcom do, like, a Monster Hunter orchestra or something? I know other studios have done orchestras as well, for, like, their big anniversary. The most famous one is Zelda, for the 25th. But I know there have been others. And, well, so Sonic, instead of, like, having people, like, buy tickets, there was basically just a live stream where you could listen to Sonic music, right? An orchestral performance of Sonic music done by the Philharmonic Orchestra. And it was really... I only listened to part of it, right? Because I was doing things. I had books to read, and, you know, you can only divide your attention so much. But I put it on in the background a little bit. And, yeah, it was really good. I think it's archived on YouTube, so you can go find it. But the Sonic Orchestra is really good. Sonic, for all the problems I have with the Sonic games, because I've played almost all of them, Sonic has some really good music, and the orchestra is like, yep, we're just going to take some of the best songs, and we're going to shove them all in here. It's going to be exactly what you want. We're even going to go above and beyond. And yeah, it was really good. The Sonic Orchestra was really good. I don't know how you'd find. You can probably just look it up. But yeah, for the 30th anniversary, that was pretty great. That was a great way to do start to do the 30th anniversary, because no matter what all the problems with the games are, the music's good. Someone was joking the other day about, like, maybe we should just, like, reboot the Sonic canon and just pretend the video games don't exist. Right, that Sonic is just music, a few good TV shows, right? Sonic Boom, for as being one of the worst games of all time, the Sonic Boom TV show is actually pretty decent. I'll stand by that. Sonic Boom, the TV show, is actually pretty decent. And of course, Sonic Sat AM, the classic morning cartoon, is also great. But yeah, Sonic's got some good music, a good TV show. I guess the comics are pretty decent from what I've heard. And what's the other good thing about Sonic? I mean, yes, there's a few good games, right? Generations, Colors, half of Unleashed is good. There was one other good thing about... Oh, the movie was decent. I didn't love the movie, but I also didn't hate the movie. So yeah, I guess I'll say that. The movie was fine. So yeah. But yeah, for all the shittiness of Sonic games, doing an orchestral performance for the anniversary, aces. Aces, mate. Also, for the Sonic anniversary, they announced, Sonic in Minecraft. Yeah, there's, like, Sonic skins. I don't know how far it goes, if it's, like, the Mario and Minecraft thing. Because Mario and Minecraft, there's, like, an entire, like, Mario world and, like, a texture pack and everything. I don't know if it goes that far, but I do know there is definitely Sonic skins. And they're kind of cursed. Like, they're kind of like an, oh, okay. But yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing that happened for the anniversary. And then the other thing is, Sega was talking, and I guess they want to make Sonic into a VTuber. You know, VTubers are all the rage nowadays. Anyone can do them. I've admitted before, I don't, for as much as I streamed on Twitch, I don't actually watch that much Twitch. I only watch like 2 or 3 people. But I don't remember what I was looking up, but I was scrolling through Twitch. I am amazed at how many VTubers there are. Or, right, V-streamers. I don't know, they're all called VTubers, even though, again, a lot of them stream, so it's V-streamers, because, you know, tuber comes from YouTube. But yeah, I am amazed at how many VTubers there are. Like, holy crap. Wow. I don't know, it's interesting technology. I'd like to mess around with it one day, right? In the same way I've messed around with, like, making a game or doing animation. It's kind of interesting, right? It's neat. It's neat technology to screw around with. But yeah, there are so many. I didn't realize how many they were. Because, you know, I would figure there would be, like, a barrier to entry. I guess not. I guess the barrier is not as high as I thought, right? I guess it's like the deepfake thing, right? Doing facial mapping was a pain in the ass. And then once deepfake was figured out, it just, right, the barrier to entry was lowered so far. So yeah, but yeah, Sega wants to make Sonic a VTuber, and I saw a video that looks like they might have already done something. I don't know, that could have just been a fan thing, like, oh, someone was like, oh, they saw the announcement and rigged up a model real quick, but it might have also been official, I'm not sure. But Sonic as a VTuber, okay. It's not the worst. I don't know, man. The guy who ran the Sonic Twitter for a year, I think he did eventually step down. But the guy who ran the Sonic Twitter for a few years was really good. And if you can get someone with, like, a good, like, personality behind it, you might be able to have fun with it. I don't know. Also, they talked about wanting to do a Sonic theme park. Because, you know, Mario now has his theme park. So, of course, Mario and Sonic are always intertwined, and, right, like their fates are intertwined now, kind of like how Horizon and Breath of the Wild's fates are entwined. So, of course, Mario gets his theme park, Donkey Kong supposedly getting a theme park as well. Sonic getting a theme park. Admittedly, I feel like there's a lot less to work with when it comes to Sonic. Right, like, Nintendo as, like, a company with their catalog, and even Mario, there's a lot to work with. There's a lot of potential to make a Mario theme park. Sonic? I mean, sure, you could have, like, a ride where you're, like, in a car, and you're, like, gotta go fast, you're running alongside Sonic as you, like, you're in, like, one of, like, Tails, like, planes or whatever. Sure, there's potential there, I guess. I mean, they made a fucking Simpsons ride, for Pete's sake. So yeah, sure, I guess. But, I don't know. I feel like Mario and Nintendo just have so much more potential than Sonic. But I'm not, again, I want to go to that Nintendo land. I'm never going to be able to go to the Japanese one. But definitely when the one in the States opens up in, like, 2025. Yeah, I'll be there. I will be there eventually. But yeah, that's Sonic's 35th anniversary. It happened. Or 30th? Or 35th? I think it was just 30th. Yeah, I don't know. Again, that orchestra was really fucking good. Go listen to that. But yeah, other than that, there were some other things. There is still a map in Among Us. Scrolling through the collage, there's still a map I haven't played. What's up with that? The new maps came out like almost a month ago now, and there is still one of the new maps I have never played. I've never seen it before. I see the icon. It's got like a laser bridge as an icon. I've never played it. So yeah. Next up, we got Mario Golf. Mario Golf came out today, actually, as of speaking. And I want to talk about it real quick, just because I have not played it. So, like, any actual judgment I'll be making against the game is all based on what I've read in reviews, right? I've read a few reviews, I've listened to a few reviews, like, I checked out, like, IGN gave it a 6 out of 10, and I checked out IGN's review, and, yeah, no, IGN, I mean, I know we clown on IGN all the time, but I think IGN kind of nailed it, that it's a decent game, but it's just lacking in content. I think that's right, that the story mode is kind of flawed, right? It gets very repetitive. Yeah, it can be fun. Yeah, you can have a good time with it. But it is kind of, it's a flawed game, right? When we did the Mario plus Bowser's, whatever it was called, Bowser's Fury, Super Mario 3D World, Bowser's Fury, we talked about that one post about, like, labeling Nintendo games and, like, hey, these are the Nintendo games that Nintendo just released and said, like, oh, we'll finish them later. And yeah, Mario Golf, right? And at the time, they had Mario Golf on that thing and was like, hey, Mario Golf's going to be a finish it later game. And it was like, yeah, it hasn't even come out. But we all kind of knew that was going to be true. We all knew Mario Golf was going to be a finish it later game. And now that it's out, yeah, it's clearly a finish it later game. I guess it only has like 6 courses from what I've read. Only 6 courses. Yeah, sure, like the speed golf is fun, especially with friends. But at the end of the day, it's still kind of lacking, you know? And then the battle golf only has like a single map, I guess. So that gets repetitive really quickly. And yeah, so it's just going to be one of those games you play, you have fun with it for a while. But eventually you do everything, and then that's it. You got nothing more to do. And yeah, I think that's a totally accurate way of looking at it. That it's fun, sure, but you eventually just run out of things to do. You do all the courses. The story mode, I guess, is kind of repetitive and kind of annoying, and like... There was some problem with it having like an unsatisfying end or something like that. I don't remember all the details. Gosh dang it. But yeah, so that's I've heard that it's a good game, that it's a fun game to play, especially with friends. But actually, like, sitting down and playing the game, it's not actually that great of a game, from what I hear. Or it's fine, you know, it's just lacking in content. And sure, they'll add some more content. We already know from E3 that they're adding New Donk City. But is it going to be enough? Like, if this was a budget $40 game, I'd probably be speaking about it. I'd probably be like, yeah, it's missing content. But you know what? It's also it's $20 cheaper than your average video game. Right? I'd probably be speaking about this a little differently, as what I have about ARMS or Mario Tennis Aces. But because these are full $60 experiences, we have to judge them differently, right? In the same way I can say Hollow Knight is one of the greatest games of all time because you can buy the game for like $5 and get 1,000 hours worth of content. Like high quality, like I'm not talking like Fall Guys where you're doing like the same thing over and over again. I'm talking like good high quality content that is like diverse and interesting, right? You gotta judge a game that's $60 and doesn't have that much in it, you know, like you do your Call of Duties or your Xboxes and whatnot or whatever. And yeah, I think that's the last news. That's literally the last news story I have. So I guess we'll do one more game and then we'll switch over to some other bullshit. We're gonna actually use Facecam today. I hooked up the Facecam for the first time in a while. Or I hooked it back up since E3. So yeah, we'll be doing. Yeah, let's just do one more game. Anything else do I have to say on Mario Golf? I don't know. And if my Switch wasn't kind of busted, I would for sure be picking it up. That's the thing. I would totally be like, yep, I'm gonna pick this up. Right, because I really like Golf Story. There's a game, right, for all the problems I have with Mario Golf, I do highly recommend Golf Story. I've seen it on sale plenty of times, but it's a Switch indie game. I don't think it's more than $20. And it is a must-buy Switch game, in my opinion. It's amazing, and it's a golf game. Because like, this new Mario Golf takes influence from Sports Story, which Sports Story took influence from some of the older Mario Golfs. But yeah, and also compared to Mario Golf on the 3DS, which I have not played, but from what I've been reading, compared to Mario Golf on the 3DS, Mario Golf on the 3DS just had like way more content, and like you could create like golf tournaments. Yeah, you can't even create tournaments in this one, so that sucks. But yeah, I don't know. I guess that's just how it happens, you know? You try to make a good game, and that's just a problem that's just what Nintendo has been doing recently. Someone in one of the reviews, I think it was Greg Miller, explained it as like Nintendo, when trying to make games, because the Switch is so popular, kind of like the Wii was, Nintendo has been making their games with the intention of appealing to the widest possible demographic, which is part of what killed the Wii U, right? Nintendo was like, oh, the Wii appeals to the broadest demographic, and then when the Wii U came out, it was like, oh, we're just gonna do that again, and it didn't work with the Wii. And now they're falling into the same problem with the Switch. They're trying to appeal to this broadest demographic. No, you don't just want to make a golf game. You want to make it's Mario Golf. It should be a little weird, you know? It should be a little dumb and quirky. And so far, this doesn't look dumb and or quirky. It's just Mario Golf. It's golf with Mario characters. Sure, there are some elements that are a little quirky, but those are few and far in between. And I think that's a good point at Nintendo's problem, is that they're trying to just make games that appeal to everybody. They're playing it very safe because they want anybody to be able to pick up and play their game, right? This new Mario Golf can't be too weird or too complicated, because then that might steer some people away. But, of course, by trying to appeal to everybody, you appeal to nobody. Who knows? This game might end up doing very well. And you know what? If Nintendo supports it, that'd be great. Of course, Nintendo has a very mixed track record of supporting games. Well, you know, I read an article this week about Animal Crossing. Because I think I brought this up during the E3, post-E3 post-mortem, that one of the weird things that I didn't realize it at the time, but I noticed afterwards, was that Animal Crossing wasn't at E3. And that was like weird, right? Like, Animal Crossing is the second best-selling Switch game of all time. It could reasonably become the best-selling Switch game of all time. Easily. Just give it enough time. And it wasn't at E3. And of course, that led people to raise the question, hey, is Nintendo done supporting Animal Crossing? Right? They supported it for technically a year. Are they done now? I mean, the last update was, I want to say April? I know I just gave March, May, and April. But I want to say it was in April. That was the last big update. And that was the last, not big. The last big update was July or August of last year. Right? That was the last update I would qualify as big. The last update in general, though, was like April. We didn't get an update in May, and we haven't got an update in June. And I do think, Animal Crossing launched bare bones, and Nintendo says, oh, we're going to support the game for 10 years. But so far, they've shown no actual support for it. The hopes was that we would get a big year one update. That didn't happen. The hopes would we get a big E3 update, right? Everyone's going to be watching E3. Of course they're going to want to do a big update. That also didn't happen. Is Nintendo ever going to support this game? Are we ever? Because, like, people like to say, right, a lot of people are like, oh, Animal Crossing New Horizons is so bare bones on content. And they're right to an extent, yes. Right, that it is missing a lot of things. I still like the game. I've done I've done like 2-3 hour long reviews on the game. I stand by it's a good game. I do. I definitely don't give it as much shit as everybody else does. But I'd be lying if I said it didn't have problems. And a lot of, and right, there's always the hopes of like, oh, well, future updates will fix things. Yeah, but there's no guarantee those updates will happen. Again, look at Anthem. Anthem had this big roadmap. Oh, fuck, we won one. Oh, fuck, we actually won the last game of the night. Oh, shit. When was the last time we won a game? Like, actually, like you know what I mean. Because most games we do nowadays are in squad mode. Oh, shit, we actually won a game. Fuck yeah. Yeah, like, there's no... Right, Mario... We look at this new Mario Party. We look at Animal Crossing. We look at ARMS, Mario Tennis Aces, Mario Maker. All these games Nintendo says they're going to support. And how much did they really support them? I think the only one that even kind of got support is... I mean, Mario Maker got some decent support. And I stand by Mario Maker is a good game nowadays. But like Mario Tennis Aces, it got a few things, but not much. ARMS, it got a few things, but not much. And this new Mario Golf Super Rush, it's gonna get a few things, but it's not gonna get much. I would have much rather have them give me a $60 or a $40 game, and then pay a $60 season pass, because that's one of the problems. Like Nintendo, they release these $60 games, and then have us pay the full, right? Like, they charge $60, but it's with the knowledge that, hey, you're paying for the $40 game and the $20 season pass. But, like, it's just a like, EA is fucking terrible, and Activision Blizzard are fucking terrible, because they sell you, like, half games and then make you pay the other half in the season pass, right? They $120 games, not including ultimate editions, not including gold and silver editions. Again, $60 is a fucking myth. Games are rarely $60 nowadays, because a lot of them have microtransactions. Even games you're paying money for have microtransactions, right? $60 is a myth. It has been. And yeah, no, anyone who says that, oh, well, games never adjusted with inflation, they're fucking wrong. Games did adjust with inflation. So yeah, I'm gonna call you out on that one. Yeah, games have gone up in price, and yeah, Nintendo's big problem is that they've been like, and yes, you do get some good things out of it. Mario Maker, I still stand by as a pretty good game. Has some problems, sure, but it's still a pretty good game. Splatoon also got pretty good support. I wish it had gotten a little bit more support, but it also got a paid DLC. And that paid DLC was really good, thinking about it. Right? I really liked the Octo expansion was better than the default game. I'll fully say that. The Octo expansion campaign, better than the actual game's campaign. Yep, I'll stand by that. So yeah, so next up, I guess let's move on. So there's this thing I saw on Twitter a few days ago. We're done with Fall Guys for the night, right? We won a few games. We won twice, I think, actually. Or no, we got 2 crowns, but we won a little bit. And I want to do some stupid stuff tonight. Cause yeah, you know, we've done everything. So there was this thing posted on Twitter a few days ago. I'm gonna pull it up. Let me pull it up. So it was this, and it's this giant collage made by Mosky Draws. And it's how many games can you name out of the 175 smaller scale games. Been working on this for a while now. This drawing is to celebrate indie game development and teams that made shorter creative experiences. I hope that someday game devs can get a smile or chuckle out of this. So it's this giant collage of indie games. And I saw this a few days ago on Twitter. And just for like a stupid thing, I'm curious to see how many I can actually name. Right? Of this stupid amount of games, how many can I actually get of the 175? So I'm pulling up a counter right now. Give me a second. I'm pulling it up. Um, it doesn't matter. Yep. Oh. All right. So I have the image over here, and I'm curious to see how many. I will only be marking stuff I am confident in. Anything else, right? Like this is Mr. T, but I don't know if this is referencing something like specific or anything. So I'm not gonna guess it. Right? I'm not gonna say anything. Like this looks like Angry Birds. If I had to guess, this was Angry Birds, but I don't feel confident saying anything. Let's see. Helltaker, obviously. That's it's not called Get a Grip. It's I know this one though. This is something about the mind. I definitely know it though. Slap the mind. It's got the weird bungee hand. God damn it. I know this game. It's made by a good studio. I just can tell you I know it. I recognize the thing. That's a Monica from Doki Doki. Is that Skullgirls? I'm not sure. That's Hello Neighbor, obviously. That's Sans Undertale. That's Bendy. That's Wargroove. That's Fogs. Is that Ollie Ollie World? That looks like Ollie Ollie World to me. But I don't want to say anything for certain. That's Papers, Please. That's Jim Sterling. Yes, I am going to count that. Or James Stephanie Sterling. Right, that's them. So I'm gonna give myself that one. We got Wargroove. Down here, we have Gato Roboto. Those are the fruit guys from Stardew Valley. That's Hollow Knight. It's not called Hornet. Hollow Knight, the Knight. That's Baba Is You. That's My Friend Is Pedro. That's Bug Snacks. No Idea. Snake Pass. Oh, did we say Papyrus and Gaster? Papyrus and Gaster. Funky Fresh Beats. I have no idea. We said Snake Pass. Super Meat Boy and Guacamole. Ooblets. That's a little Ooblets guy. That's Stealth Inc. I think Stealth Inc. 2. I actually play. I think it was on the Wii U, and I think it was called like Stealth Inc. 2. So yeah, that's Hat in Time, obviously. That's that bomb shelter game, whose name I don't remember. It's a where you're stuck in like a bomb shelter and you've got like 60 seconds to collect stuff, and then you hide out in a bomb shelter. Is it called like 60 Seconds to Wait or something like that? Something along those lines. That's, I think, The Escapist. That's either The Escapist or Prison Architect. That's Forager. That's The Eater of Worlds from Terraria. That's Crypt of the Necrodancer. And that's SteamWorld Dig. That's Shovel Knight. This guy looks like Binding of Isaac, but I think it's from something else. This is World of Goo, though. These little things down here are World of Goo. You look familiar, but I can't place it. That's Octodad, obviously. That's Ultimate Horse. We'll get back up to those later. You look familiar. You're not Fez. Thing with like a duck. I have no idea. I think we were back up here because we did these guys. You look familiar, but I couldn't tell. Let's come back up to the top. We did Papers, Please. So that's Pony Island. That's Downwell. Super Hot. No idea. Some of these I want to just say Skullgirls because I don't have any better ideas. That looks... I have no idea. That's Flint Hook, obviously. That's Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time. As well as Oxygen Not Included. That's A Short Hike. That's Among Us. That's Celeste. Tricky Towers. No idea what this is. Birds in a spaceship. I have no idea. That's Friday Night Funkin'. That's Battle Block Theater. That's VVVVV. That's Carrion. Oops. We were over here somewheres? Yeah. Or Carrion. That's, Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. I don't know what either of these are. That's Nidhogg. That's, FTL, Faster Than Light. Is that Duck Game? Is this... I think this is Duck Game, right? This little duck thing. I think that's Duck Game. I'm not confident in that, so I'm not going to mark that down. This is not near. Not Hyperlight Drifter. Is it called Hyperlight Drifter? Whatever it is, I recognize it. Not Hyperscape. It's something like that. I know what it is. I recognize it. I just cannot think of the name of it. I have no idea. Oops. I have no idea what this giant thing is. I'm completely lost there. That's Horus. That's Gang Beasts. I would guess that's I Am Bread, but I'm not going to make any certain things. These little guys I also recognize, right? This little blue and yellow guy. I totally recognize, but I can't tell from where. Like, I've played the game or I've seen a Let's Play of it, but I can't... fuck. I don't remember what it's called. I'm not gonna... Right, I'm less certain on those. Over here... let's see. Part of me wants to say Rogue Legacy, but I'm not going to make anything certain. One of these kids has to be Knight on Bikes. There's this one right here, and then there's another one over here. One of these has to be Knights and Bikes. I just don't know which one is which, but one of them has to be Knights and Bikes. Let's see. Overcooked, obviously. These are both Cave Story. That's Dicey Dungeon. That's the Bullet. Moonlight? Isn't that Moonlight? That's the guy from Moonlighter, right? That's that Paint game that's... This is the person from the Paint game. A game I don't remember. That's Limbo, and that's Slenderman. This whale thing also looks familiar, but I can't tell you from where. I think we already went through all of these. So I guess let's come over here. This is Night in the Woods. That's Legend of Bumbo. That's Little Inferno. I don't know if the frog's anything specific. Or, I don't think that's the Turnip Boy Who Commits Tax Evasion. That's Nuclear Throne. That's Don't Starve. Fall Guys, obviously. I don't think we did Bit Trip Runner, so Bit Trip Runner, Goose from Untitled Goose Game, Goat Simulator. I want to say Knights on Bikes, but I don't think so. Or one of them is. It's got to be. You look familiar, but I couldn't tell you. That's not Henry Stickmin. That's something. That's some Newgrounds thing that I probably played back in the day, but I don't remember. That's... Wander Song. There we go. No idea. That's Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. That's Henry Stickmin. These two are West of Loathing. Is Slay the Spire in here somewheres? Is that... My guess would be Slay the Spire, but I don't want to say anything for certain. Hotline Miami, obviously. There's Fez. Splunky's 1 and 2? I know Splunky for sure. Oops. Is that supposed to be... I don't think that's Chica. That's Isaac. That's Cuphead. That's Castle Crashers. That's Spooky House of Jump Scares. My first thought is Hatoful Boyfriend, but I don't think that's it. These two are definitely Hades. That's Transistor, and I'm assuming that's Bastion. Slime Rancher is these two things. This is Bear and Breakfast. You look familiar, but I can't say. Same thing with you two, or you, yeah, you guys look familiar, but I don't want to say anything specific. No idea. And I think that takes us all the way back. I think that's everything I can get. Yeah, I mean, and there are some stuff that I'm like, yeah, like I said, Ollie Ollie World, I would guess, but I could totally be wrong. These two look familiar, but I could totally be wrong. No idea. No idea. There's so many things I do recognize and so many things I don't. What the heck is this number? Oh, is that Cookie Clicker? Oh, I didn't even think about that being Cookie Clicker. Oh, yeah, that's totally Cookie Clicker. Ooh. Oh, Donut County? Okay, I didn't. There. Yeah, sure, I'll take it. I have no idea what that is. Or you. Hassie? It feels like such a giveaway, but I couldn't say anything more specific. Something Ultra Pizza. I don't remember this. If I could think of this paint game. Also, that looks like that dog from that Chichuri that just came out. Right, that new PlayStation game. Kind of looks like that. That whale looks familiar as well. A three-eyed whale thing. Oh gosh, ugh. This is this is Slay the Spire. Uh-huh. I'm thinking that right now. This whale thing is Slay the Spire. I think you find it at like checkpoints and like gives you extra cards and whatnot. Yeah, that's Slay the Spire. I knew it had to be in here somewheres. And yeah, I think that's all I'm confident in. Like you've got Funky Fresh Beats, you got me there. Whoever this is, yeah, no idea. Dog King thing, whatever you are. Yeah. So out of 175, right? That was our starting point. We started off at 175. I got 85. So out of all of the, so out of 175, I got 85. I'm still 100 away. There are 100 more references in this thing that I am just missing. Wow. This is so impressive. I was so impressed when I saw this the other day, and I was like, you know what? I want to see how many I could do. But yeah, definitely go check it out. There you go. If I remember, I'll put a link in the archive stream. But yeah, it's so neat. It's just, it's fantastic. It's just a fantastic piece of work. And I was just like, I love me some indie games. I mostly during the Wii U era, I played nothing but indie games. So of course I was like, yeah, let's give it a shot. Let's see what I can get. And while some are totally more obvious than others, I just think this is neat. And it shows that there are a lot more indie games I really need to play. Yeah. God, you look so familiar. You look so familiar, and yet I just can't place it. Fuck. That's gonna, God. And I bet somewhere in the comments down here, somebody has like made a list of like, hey, this is everything. Hey, look, Bear and Breakfast. I actually got that one. I don't even think Bear and Breakfast is out yet. But yeah, I recognize the bear with the dipper hat. All right, give me a second. I gotta go get something. All right, are we? Yeah, look at us. Yeah, I had to go get this. We'll talk about that in a second. So let's get on to WIBE, I guess. So it's the rest of this stream is going to be IRL or just chatting, I guess, whatever. And it's been. I want to actually get some light up. Okay, there we go. That gets us a little bit more light. So, WIBE in the WIBE news. The only thing I have been watching, or the only thing I have been doing, I have not been playing video games. I have not been doing anything else. The new Fast and the Furious movie came out today. Haven't seen it. I was going to watch Luca yesterday, I think. And then I got sidetracked with other things, and I didn't sleep for over 24 hours, so yeah. But yeah, even though I totally did have the time to watch it, I just didn't get around to it. I don't know, I struggle. The problem I've realized recently is I struggle watching new shows, right? To sit down and watch a new show, I find it so difficult. I don't know why. Right? I guess there's just something in like, hey, I've seen this show before. There's comfort in it. I know it's good. Right. I rewatch a lot of anime, and there's several shows I've seen like 5 or 6 times because of that. Because you know it's good. You know it's safe. You know it's fun. And so I guess I've kind of fallen into that rut. And so the one thing I did watch this week. Oh, real quick. So because I don't have like a counter thing, for any time I need a counter, I use the Pokemon shiny counter. So when tracking the indie game stuff, I use the Pokemon shiny counter and I just pick Porygon, and yeah, that's where the 85 came from. But yeah, the one thing I did watch is I booted up Netflix and I watched. I don't know why. I do know why. As you know, I'm a big fan of Achievement Hunter and Rooster Teeth and all that. And they have recently been on every week they're talking about The Bachelor, Bachelorette, Survivor, the most recent Off Topic talked about that new Netflix show, Sexy Beast, which if you haven't seen the trailer for that, oh my god, that's a thing. But right, I don't watch those shows, right? For the longest time I was like, oh, that's just the lowest common denominator, trash television. No, thank you, right? Ugh. But as time's gone on, you kind of realize like that. No, that's right. Yeah, it's trash, but there's enjoyability in the trash, right? The new Fast and the Furious movie came out today. Those movies are trash, but they're trash with heart. They're fun. They're enjoyable. I love those fucking Fast and the Furious movies. So I get it, right? I get why they're popular. And I love them. But yeah, I guess I get why Survivor is popular. Part of me also will never I'll never forgive reality television because it ruined was it called Heroes? I think it was called Heroes back in the day. God, I love that show. The first season, so good, and then the writer's strike happened, and the show just died. And I know it affected tons of other shows. I never watched Lost, and I think it hurt Lost as well. Lost. But yeah, so I've been seeing all this stuff about survival, and I know Rooster Teeth is doing their own. I don't remember what it was called, Camp Betrayal or something like that, which I'll definitely be watching. But I was like, I want to watch a reality thingy, but I don't want to actually start anything new. I want to stay in the comfort of what I know. So I booted up Total Drama Island on Netflix. Total Drama Island, for those, was a show that, when it came out, I was like, as a kid, I was like, this is stupid. I have no interest in this Total Drama Island thing. I kind of had the same studio did 16, which I also had very similar thoughts on. But much like 16, I eventually realized that, like, oh no, this show was actually good. Like, I actually enjoyed this. Like, when 16, when it came, with Total Drama Island, when it came out, when, like, there were trailers like, hey, this is the new show coming to Cartoon Network, and, oh, look at this, in the first few episodes, and I was like, no, this is, right, this is real. And again, I was a young, dumb kid. I didn't, right, it was just like, oh no, I want to watch SpongeBob, and Fairly Odd Parents and whatnot. I don't want this total drama island. But then for some reason, like there was nothing else on, and I just put on like Cartoon Network or whatever, and Total Drama was on, and it was, I think, the first season, like it was airing, like new episodes were airing, and it was, I want to say, the dodgeball episode, which is like the fourth or fifth episode. And I watched it and I was like, oh wait, that was actually pretty good. So then I just watched the rest of the show, and I watched the subsequent seasons, and then into I think they did 3 seasons with the original cast. They did a show with an all new cast. They did an All Stars, which are the first 2 casts combined, and then they brought in a 5th all new cast, and then they did Around the World, and recently they did Total Drama Babies, which I didn't watch because, yeah, like you don't get, like I liked Muppet Babies back in the day, and Tiny Toon Adventures, but no, a Total Drama Babies, nah, I'm good. But the show's on Netflix, all the seasons are there, and I was just like, you know what, I want to watch one of these. So I watched the 4th season, 13 episodes, real quick, in, out, because they're like most, like I remember in the original they have like, oh, some weeks there's an elimination challenge, some weeks there's a reward challenge, and Revenge of the Island, and I think onwards it's just elimination challenges. I think the casts are also a little smaller as well. I think it was 13 episodes. It might have been 18, but it's a short show, right? I watched it in like a week, just doing like an episode here, an episode there, and yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't know. Especially with that Revenge of the Island, which is, I think, the 4th season. It's a brand new cast of characters, so you can watch it as if you've never seen a season before. I mean, they make some callbacks here and there, but yeah. And I like the new cast of characters. They're a lot of fun. Cameron, Mike, Zoe, Scott. Is his name Scott? Right. There's a bunch. Dakota. Right. And what makes Total Drama Island so good is that they do things that other shows can't, right? Like in a reality, like Revenge of the Island's a good example, is that between seasons, the host, Chris, has been like selling out the island to dump chemical and nuclear waste. So like because of that, everything on the island has been like mutated and irradiated and all that. That's something you can never do on an actual reality show. But in an animated cartoon show, yeah, you can get away with that. You can have them fight squirrels that shoot lasers out of their eyes and ghosts that can fly and breathe fire. Yeah, I don't know. It's fun, man. I think I think at some point I'm gonna have to break down and watch Survivor. Right. I don't know where to start because I think there's 40 seasons, and I hear like one of the recent ones is actually like once you watch it, it's like, oh, everything's downhill from there because it's one of the best seasons ever. But I think I'm gonna I don't know if I'm assuming Survivor's on like Netflix or one of these programs. I'm not gonna commit to The Bachelor or The Bachelorette anytime soon. But I think I'm going to have to break down and watch Survivor. I don't entirely want to still, but I think I kind of get it now. And I've been enjoying, so I did Total Drama, Revenge of the Island. I like that Cameron wins it. That's really nice. And then instead of going onwards to the next season, which is similar cast, I instead went, because I've seen all the seasons at least once. Some of them I've seen twice. But I've seen the first season twice. I think I've seen the 4th season 2, maybe 3 times now. Same thing with the 5th season. I think I've seen the 5th season twice. But I've never rewatched the 2nd or 3rd season. So I just started up the 2nd season, which is them like doing movies and whatnot. And again, like in the first episode of the movie one, they fight a Godzilla stand-in, right? They fight like a giant lizard animatronic. Like you couldn't get away with that, but here it's fun. And yeah, it's fun because I don't really watch reality. I mean, yes, I have seen best baking show of all time, Great British Bake Off, best cooking show actually, Great British Bake Off, which is really good. And I've seen, like, I loved the Food Network back in the day. That's the one exception I will give, is that like the Food Network was really good. So that's like the one exception I will give. But yeah, I haven't seen the Food Network in years. But yeah, I don't know. I just felt like watching Total Drama Island, and yeah, I watched it. I watched a few episodes, and yeah, I watched the season, and of course the problem with the 2nd and 3rd season is that they're so much fucking longer because I'm probably gonna do the third season after that. And I think the second and third season are like 30 episodes each. And I know they're only 20 minutes, which I think Survivor is an hour an episode. So, ugh. But so I guess that brings us to the other things. So as I've talked about before, I'm on a quest to get stupid food, right? I don't really. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah. I like to get try out the weird, new, stupid foods. I'm not a Face Jam. I don't do, Munch Squad? Is that, the Mabam Bam show? Is it called Munch Squad? I don't know. Whatever it is, right? But I like to try weird things, right? I've showed my Cavalcade of Horrors back over there. But a few weeks ago, I was looking for a few things. I couldn't find any of them. I gave up on one of them, and the other two I kept looking for, and I found the two things I was looking for, which are these two. And then someone else, my roommate, found this one, just while looking, because I had given up on it. I was convinced I wasn't going to find it. So yeah, I guess let's talk about them. So a few years, I guess last year sometime, I think it was last year, Pringles did these. Baconator Pringles. These are fucking terrible. I think this was in quarantine. So I'm assuming this was last July, around this time last year. They did a Baconator Pringle. Which if it was like a bacon flavored Pringle, I'd be like, yeah, that was fine, but it's not. These were the worst. I hated these. I really did. We talked about them at the time, right? I did not like these. And so it was like, okay, well, whatever, right? Whatever, I don't have to worry about them again. And then a few weeks ago, they announced these. So those were Baconator. These are spicy chicken sandwich Wendy's Pringles. Now, I am not gonna open these. I bought a second can. I already ate a second can. This is going on display with that Baconator one. And these are okay. They're okay. I don't like... Okay, so I love Pringles. Pringles are pretty good. And a few years ago, they did a turkey, a Thanksgiving Pringle. And it was, I want to say, turkey and gravy, specifically. And it was fine. A turkey and gravy Pringle was fine. I don't have an example. But yeah, they did a turkey and gravy Pringle. It was fine. And these, even though they're spicy chicken sandwich, these are basically the turkey and gravy Pringles. I mean, I taste less of the gravy, but I still taste the turkey. I still taste the turkey for sure. And I taste a little spice. There is definitely a little, there are spicy, recently Pringles, released a new line of wavy spicy Pringles and I think barbecue and cheddar. Those are okay. The barbecue is definitely better than the cheddar or whatever the other flavor is. Those were fine. But yeah, and those have a little bit of kick to them. These have even less. These aren't really that spicy, but they remind me of the turkey ones. We talked about the Moa burger, which was the Halo Pringles, which were probably supposed to come out with Halo Infinite, but that didn't happen. So instead they released a Moa burger, which is a Halo creature. And I realized that someone else pointed out to me that they taste like beef ramen, right? Like it's Pringles, but the powder that they put on them was just a beef ramen seasoning packet, right? I've seen my roommate compared these to chicken ramen. Right? It's like if you took a thing of chicken, like a chicken ramen seasoning packet, and sprinkled it on Pringles. And I think it's a little bit more nuanced than that. Again, it reminds me more of the turkey flavor than it does chicken stock ramen. But I still kind of see it. I get where they're coming from. So yeah, that's the new flavor of Pringle. If you can find them, they're definitely not as bad as these. These were terrible. I mean, you can't get them anymore, obviously, but those were terrible. These are fine. If you want to try them, there are definitely worse things I've tasted on this show. Worse things to recommend. Again, those Baconator ones. So yeah, I don't know. Give them a try if you want. The other thing we got to talk about, which I actually don't have an example of, but we're gonna use this as my example. The Pickle Rick Pringles. Because Wendy's is also doing it. Wendy's has, of course, a big promotion with Rick and Morty. Right? Wendy's and Rick and Morty get along. So they were like, oh, well, we're going to do some special Rick and Morty promotions. The one promotion I was really interested in is they were doing a Wendy's Frosty that was pickle flavored. I think I admitted last week that I'm looking for pickle flavored hard seltzer. Haven't had any luck with that yet. But they did a pickle flavored Frosty, only available in California, I think in one specific place. Right? They even like set up like a whole like pop-up thing, like pop-up stores, that fucking hipster swill bullshit. And they renamed a Wendy's to like Morty's and whatever. So that's the thing, and I can't get that. They're not selling that here. The thing I could get though, however, from Wendy's was there were two special soda flavors. They were both mellow yellow. One was Portal Lemon and Lime. The other was Jerry Berry Jamboree or something like that. There was a berry flavored and a lemon lime flavor. I think we talked about this last week. I had the lemon lime flavor last week sometime. It was like a lemon lime mellow yellow, right? I don't really have a reference for mellow yellow. It was fine. I didn't think it was amazing or anything. I thought it was fine. Since then, when I went out looking for these, I went out and looked for I stopped by and was like, yeah, let me just get a drink, right? Let me get the Jerry Berry Jamboree. It's got a stupider name than that, but it's something like that. And that was also fine. Like, it's mellow yellow. I mean, who buys mellow yellow? Really? But they were both fine. Even though I thought the berry one would be better, actually, no, I think the lemon lime one was better. Yeah, I think I liked the lemon lime one more. It had more. It had more of like a flavor. The berry one was just kind of like generic, right? You know how like Powerade is just blue flavored. It was kind of like that. It was just kind of berry flavored. It didn't really have anything specific. But yeah, those were the two Rick and Morty ones. They're fine. I definitely wouldn't recommend them over other stuff. I mean, McDonald's has High C Orange again, and that's like 1,000 times better. They have the Orange Lava Burst or whatever it's called, which is so good. God, Orange... I wish they just sold High C like they did the other bullshit, right? Like they do actual sodas and whatnot, because that stuff is so... I know it's pure sugar, but like on the occasion you do have it, it's so good. Same thing with the Capri Sun juice. Or is it Capri Sun? Are they called... Oh, I'm thinking Sunny D. Capri Suns are also really good, but like the packets are just dumb, and yeah. I don't know, that's just me being dumb. Yeah, so that's the Wendy stuff I've been trying. I didn't actually get any food. I did get a burger the second time I went. Wendy's is still really good. I haven't had them in a long time. Right? Same thing with like Burger King. I haven't had them in a long time. I did actually have Burger King like a month or two ago. They were fine. They were definitely better than I remembered. Wendy's is, I still think, really good. It's just very expensive. It's a really good burger, but it's just very expensive. The other thing we got to talk about. So, Baja Blast is exclusive to Taco Bell. We all know this, right? They had an exclusive contract. Baja Blast is the best flavor of Mountain Dew. But eventually that contract ran out a few years ago, and instead Mountain Dew or Baja Blast is still only at Taco Bell. But every summer they re-release Baja Blast. I mean, yes, occasionally they do some other weird summer stuff, like this was the 4th of July one, right? The Liberty Brewer, whatever the hell it was, right? It was a 4th of July thing, Right, there's your Statue of Liberty, there's your eagle. Right, they do occasionally do other stuff, but for the most part, whew, that's a little dusty. Right, Baja Blast is Taco Bell exclusive. I mean, it even says Taco Bell original right there. Baja Blast is best flavor of Mountain Dew. Love it. I know some people will say that, oh, the one you get from the restaurant and the one you can get in the cans during the summer tastes completely, or in the bottle in this case, tastes completely different. And those people are completely right. They do taste different. But unlike like Coke, I don't like canned Coke. I like if you go to like a Macca's and get a Coke, it's pretty good. But if you go to just get like a can of Coke, nah, no thank you. But the one thing I will... But yeah, Mountain Dew... Yo, God. But Baja Blast, I don't care. It's really good. And this year they're doing like a summer of Baja Blast, where they're Baja Blast, but they're doing 2 new flavors. So the first new flavor is Baja Punch. Right? It's punch. It's basically like a Baja fruit punch. So it's Mountain Dew, but it's like fruit punch. And then the other one is Baja Flash. Yeah, Baja Flash. It's described as a Mountain Dew with a blast of natural artificial pineapple coconut flavor. So let's talk about this one first because I have it. So the first time I tried it, I was like, oh, this is all pineapple. It literally... There's a... Oh, fuck. Do I have it? Gotta move around some of my sodas real quick. Because, I have a collection. Oh, yes, I do have it. Because, I like collecting weird stuff. So, Mountain Dew did a Maui Burst, which is a pineapple-flavored Mountain Dew. You can get this one right now. This is, I think it's exclusive to Dollar General or something like that. It's a weird can size, but yeah, it's exclusive to like Dollar General or something. And this is a pineapple-flavored Mountain Dew. It's not that great. It's not very carbonated. It's not, pineapple, I love pineapple. Like, I really do. I like the flavor. Oh, that's what fucked up. Okay. I was trying to figure what went wrong. My tripod. But yeah, I do love me some pineapple. I like pineapple juice. Pineapple upside down cake is so good. But recently, but I've been trying like pineapple sodas and whatnot recently, and they have not been that good. Right? Like I tried Austin East Cider's pineapple is it a hard seltzer? Whatever it is, I tried Austin East seltzer. Maybe it's a pineapple beer. Not that good. That Maui Burst, not good. This, no. I don't know. I like pineapple so much that I want to like pineapple and other things, and it just doesn't work. The first time I had one of these, it tasted just like pineapple, right? It was totally just pure pineapple. And then I talked to, because I bought a 12-pack of this and a 12-pack of the other one, and my roommate tried it, and he was like, oh, this one tastes like coconut. He only tasted coconut, and this one only tasted like pineapple to him. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, right? I was like, no. So I tried it. So I had another one. We're not gonna open this, but I had another one, and I was like, I taste the coconut, right? Once he pointed out, it smells like coconut. He is right on that front. It totally smells like coconut. To that end, he nailed it. But, like, if you smell it and then drink it, you'll totally just taste the coconut. But I still taste pineapple in it. Again, it's fine. I don't think it's anything amazing, but it's fine. I've for sure had better. But yeah, maybe I just don't like pineapple soda. Maybe I just don't like pineapple soda. Maybe that's it. That I like pineapple juice and things, and I just don't like pineapple soda. Like I've had it wasn't a cocktail. I don't know, drinks. But what I've had with pineapple juice in it, and that tasted fine. So yeah, maybe I just don't like pineapple soda. But yeah, I wanted to like this. And yeah, and you can the coconut definitely is strong. Definitely the second time I had it, the coconut was more apparent. So yeah. But yeah, this is whatever. Let's put that over there. sure. This other one, though, this I do like. This is when I went to the store to pick these up, they only had a few of each. They had like 10 of those with the flashes in them, 10 of normal Baja Blast, because they also re-released normal Baja Blast. I think they had a few like low, like sugar-free Baja Blast as well, or like whatever it is called, zero sugar, low sugar, whatever it is. They had a few Baja Blasts of that, and they only had like 2 of these. Buried at there was like a pallet, and buried at the very bottom, they had like 2 packs of these. And I will say these are the best one. And this one I actually am going to open. So there's a soda called, I think it's called Tiki Punch. So you know, like that, what is it's not called High C. What's that drink that never gets cold? Drink that never gets cold. It's not called High C. It's called, it's like fruit punch or whatever. Maybe it is called High C Fruit Punch. Hawaiian Punch, that's what it is. The drink that never gets cold, Hawaiian Punch. So, right, Hawaiian Punch is not a carbonated drink. It never gets cold. But there is a drink called Tiki Punch, which is, it's like this, it's like a pack of 4. There's like a Tiki Punch, an orange one, a grape one, and like a Sprite. I don't know. Oh, it's also called Shasta, I guess? I don't know. I looked it up over here. If you've never heard of this before, there's this, it's Shasta Tiki Punch. I don't think, I mean, it says you can buy it on Amazon right there, but you used to be able to find it all over the place, and nowadays, I think the only place I've ever seen it is Costco or Sam's Club. I saw it at one of those 2 places. I don't know. I haven't been to a Costco or a Sam's Club in forever. But I've seen it at one of them, and you can usually only get like a 6-pack because it comes with like the orange, the Sprite ripoff, and the other thing. But that stuff is really good. Tiki Punch is like the high, right? That drink, that Hawaiian Punch that never gets cold. Tiki Punch it's carbonated. It's like a carbonated that, but it also can get cold, and it's also very good. This is basically Mountain Dew's version of Tiki Punch. Yeah. I'm not going to say it's exactly the same, right? Because it's Mountain Dew, but that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of a Tiki Punch, which, again, Tiki Punch is really good. You can't really get it anymore. At least I don't have any luck in it. Like any store I go to, nope, I can't find it. But it's really good. And because this is basically just Tiki Punch, it's really good. I really like it. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just because, I haven't had Tiki Punch in like a long time. Because again, they kind of stopped selling it everywhere. At least I did at one point I found like a great value. Like, you know how Walmart has like their no-name brand? I found like a great value like fruit punch soda that was kind of like Tiki Punch. But this is definitely the closest I've seen. This is really good. It's got that fruit punch flavor. I don't know. My roommate, like I said, he described it as a pineapple. I don't really... again, there's probably... I wouldn't be surprised if there's pineapple in it because it's fruit, right? But it reminds me of the Tiki Punch. That's it. And I see like the Tiki Punch has like an orange, grapes, pineapples, and cherries. So maybe it's something along those lines. I don't know. Whatever it is, this is the good one. This is the one I would love, right? Like, Mountain Dew spends so much time making all these new bullshit flavors, right? To like, oh, look at us. We're Major Melon, right? This new flavor no one has ever tried before. This is going to be our new year-round flavor, right? And they do stupid shit like that. Or that freaking Dollar General pineapple bullshit. That Maui Burst or whatever. This is the one they should be keeping year-round. This is the good one. Maybe disconnect it from the Baja Blast thing and Keep this around. This is good. Yeah. Yep, this is the great one. So yeah, those are the 2 new flavors. Yeah, I mean, if you want to try them both, like if you're like me and you like it with weird stuff and like, because this is like the only time I will drink Mountain Dew is this, and I still have a case of that Major Melon just sitting there because I don't drink it. Ugh. But yeah, I will drink this stuff. And yeah, this is gonna be good. The Flash is gonna. I'll finish the Flash, which is, again, more than I will say about the melon stuff. But this is good. This is the best Mountain Dew they've done in a while, and they've had some good ones. Yeah. So yeah, if you can, I guess I'm assuming as time goes on, these are gonna show. Like this was hard to find, but I'm assuming as time goes on, at least for the rest of summer, they're gonna get a little easier. Like that blue, like when I went looking for this, they had a display filled with the blue Pepsi. The blue Pepsi, when I found it at the time, I could barely find it, right? Like I found I think 12 bottles. Yeah, no, they had a display with at least 100 bottles in it. So, yeah, it's not going to be. Hopefully, as time goes on, this becomes more easy to find. I still have Blue Pepsi. There's another one I didn't drink, Blue Pepsi. I still just have it sitting there. It's, no. I mean, I think I only have 2 bottles left, but yeah, no. It's freaking Blue Pepsi. Like, come on. But this, I will gladly drink more of this. This is good. And of course, the original Baja Blast. They also have cans of that, and that's also really good. I also really enjoy Baja Blast. But yeah, I think that's all our weird food stuff for the day. Cause yeah, I don't know. I try to cut. I've been trying to cut back. Have I said that before? I've been trying to cut back on all these things, but I still like to try. But the one exceptions I make is this weird food stuffs, right? Like I probably won't have Wendy's again for a long time. But, I like me some Rick and Morty, which we didn't even talk. Rick and Morty season 5 premiered. Thought the premiere was pretty good. I didn't talk about it anywhere. God, I'm so behind on Loki right now. I guess, let's get to our last segment. What's next? Yeah, Rick and Morty was really good. I don't plan to talk about that anywhere, but yeah, I'm behind on Loki right now. I should have had the review up today, but because I just spent the past 24 plus hours working on papers, I haven't even touched it. I watched the episode, liked it, didn't get around to rewatching it. I need to rewatch it to do the review. It's probably gonna be a shorter one. I did put up a video on the main channel, which is the highlights of the best of E3 2021, highlights from Summer Games Fest. There's 2 minutes of Ubisoft in there, but it's all me calling them out because, right, I'm kind of done giving them publicity, except for calling them out. Microsoft, Bethesda, Squeenix. I did every time they said Chaos, which was funny, and then Nintendo, obviously. But yeah, it's that happened, and yeah, I put out the best of E3, and I'll probably get Loki up sometime in the next 2. I might go film it right now, obviously. I mean, we did I know we're an hour and 30 minutes in, but that's, again, normally we go for 2 hours, so yeah. I might go film that right now. And yeah, again, I still, sometime in the next week or 2, we're gonna, I gotta get the Switch is still finicky, right? Obviously, the Switch is still kind of broken. But at some point, I'm missing 3 achievements. I think they're all easily doable. We'll make a mushroom house, obviously. And yeah, I think we'll go in and we'll get all those achievements. Anything else? I know there's little news right now. I think we talked about fucking soda and chips for longer than we did freaking Fall Guys. Which, hey, we won a crown tonight. When was the last time that happened? So yeah, that was neat, I guess. Anything else? Oh, so I did do this one other thing. So my light, right up there, it burnt out. It finally burnt out, and I was like, oh god, I didn't have any, so I had to go buy a new one. And I went to buy a new one, and I was looking around, and I saw that, and I was like, okay, here's the pack that I would normally buy. But then I was like, I saw this other thing, and I was like, you know, that's about the same price. You know what? I know my roommate has one, and I was like, you know what? Maybe it's finally time I do it. So I bought. Look at that. Ooh. I bought one of those color changing lights. Yeah, I did do that. I, you know what? I don't. Again, there's all that thing about like, oh, don't trust modern technology, don't trust all the smart home bullshit, and I get that, but you know what? This was the same price as what I was gonna buy. I'm gonna try it out. I don't know if I'll like it. I don't know how long I'll keep it, but oh my god, look at that. I also like that I'm still in color, right? That you can still see me, but like everything back there is, oh, that's great. But yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna mess around with it. Just see if like anything good comes from it, and see what I can do with it. And yeah, I again, I'll probably just use this until it burns out or whatever, and then I'll go back and get a normal light bulb. If I actually like it, I don't know. One of the things I was worried about. So I like, right, like we had at the start here. I like a nice white light, right? Like I think they call it cold white on here. I like a nice white light because most of my life we've had lights like this that have like that orangish yellow tint to it, which was just what I always had, and then I finally got one of those like the ones that did like natural like daylight like this, and it was like, oh my god, that's so much better. And when I first set that one up, I was like, oh my, because it came out like looking like this, and I was like, oh no, don't tell me it's only like this, because I hate yellow light like this. It just doesn't, it makes everything look yellow, and I don't know, again, that's just kind of what I grew up with. So once you had light bulbs that could do stuff like this, it was like, no, I want stuff like this. I want that cold white, that like nice, like that little tint of blue, which I know is not good for you because like it right, like phone lights do the phone lights use the blue color to, even though I have a red filter on this, they do the blue, which is supposed to like keep you interested in it because it's like unnatural, and that's why you put the red tint on it like I have here. But yeah, so I'm gonna try. I got a weird color light, and I'm gonna mess around with that. Will that ever actually come up again in content? No. But who knows? But yeah, other than that, I don't really have anything else planned for the stream in the future. I'm super fucking busy right now. And part of the problem is that, like I said, I work all night. The only time I have to stream is at like 4 a.m. when everyone else in the house, all my roommates are asleep. So that doesn't work. I can't stream then. And then when I get up, it's like, oh, well, it's already whatever. And it's like, oh, well, I mean, I could now, but it's like 4 o'clock because I went to bed at like 8 or 9. I mean, I think today I went to bed at around like noon because, again, I stayed up for a full 24 hours. So yeah, that's part of the problem. Also, I do occasionally like do stuff out. I have classes, right? Like I have to go to Zoom classes and whatnot. So that takes up some time. Right, my good time used to be Tuesday. Like I don't have anything on Tuesday, and that's still kind of true. But because my sleep schedule is all fucked, it's just not working. And I don't know. Like I said, I want to do Minecraft. I have a ton of stream ideas, and I gotta do some of them eventually, but I don't know, everything's kind of fucked right now. Yeah, the Switch breaking just like if the Switch didn't break, things would probably be a little different. They'd probably be mostly similar, but there'd be a little difference, you know. But because the Switch broke, everything's ruined. God, that's really good. I recommend that one. And yeah, I think that's all I got. Oh, it's funny. In my Animal Crossing, we ponytailed my hair for, well, like 9 months, 9-10 months. And then finally, the second I stop ponytailing my hair in Animal Crossing is the moment I start ponytailing my hair in real life. Because it's just gotten too long. I don't know, and I just found that ironic. I was thinking about that the other day, because the one thing I still do play is Animal Crossing. Because I can in out 20-minute quick adventure, right? I'm so pissed I haven't seen Red in I've seen Red once in the past month, and that sucks. I've talked to Gulliver 20 times and nothing from him. I went a few days without anybody showing up on my island, which was also really annoying. I mean, Celeste showed up, but other than that, no, nothing, and that sucked. But I'm still playing Animal Crossing. I'm still hoping if they ever do a big update, we'll get back to streaming Animal Crossing daily, at least for a week or two. But clearly Nintendo has no plans to do that. And I know Doug Bowser put out a thing that was like, no guys, don't worry, the game's not dead. We're still working on it. Doubt. So yeah. I guess we should probably end off here. If we went a little shorter, I probably could have gone even shorter. I mean, we spent a while talking about food. That Mountain Dew, I talked a lot. God, I don't know how I fucking talk so much, man. I don't know. I was thinking about that. And I don't know how I talk so much. Fuck, man. Fuck. Some people like it, theoretically. I don't know, they're the 7 or 8 of you. But yeah, we'll probably will be back next week more. I'm gonna get that Loki thing up on the main channel. Loki thing up on the main channel. Minecraft at some point, and we'll be back with Fall Guys, because I would in theory love to do Mario Golf for one of these things. I just don't think we'll get a full 2 hours out of Mario Golf. I figure the game will crash before then. Yeah. Oh, also, actually, you know what we should probably also, you know what I should also probably say real quick before we end off? I might do a birthday stream next week. Because we did do a birthday stream for New Horizons. And that was, I think, the first time I ever publicly acknowledged my birthday on the internet. And that's coming up next Thursday. So maybe we'll do a birthday stream. It's definitely something I'm thinking about. I make no promises at the moment. The only thing we play is maybe we do Shovel Knight, because favorite game of all time. But other than that, I don't really have any plans to do anything. But yeah, that's less than a week away. So maybe we'll do it on Friday. I don't know. At the moment, that's my only plan. It's not like I have to worry about game news. I mean, I struggled just to get 3 stories tonight. And one of them barely was a story. I mean, Mario Golf, come the fuck on. Yeah, maybe we'll do something like that. But yeah, birthday stream, maybe next week. If it doesn't happen, it's no big deal. I've only ever done one, so yeah. But I know a lot of streamers like to do shit like that, so who knows? Who knows? Maybe we will do something with that. But yeah, that's just something I thought of as we end off here. So for now, I guess I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Until next time, peace.